Here, we just a new overlay. Hey, yo, check this out real quick, okay? For those of you that don't know, I did change my overlay for the YouTube and my Twitter, okay? I did change the YouTube background plus the Twitter background at the same time with a new design. So let me know down below in the comment section if you guys liked it or if you guys don't like it, that's fine with me. But I made this myself just in case. If you guys want to hit me up for these type of designs, I will not be available, okay? Because I'm not really that much of a huge designer like that. Only make my own thumbnails, period, okay? So therefore, it's a new overlay. You guys can check these out right now on my YouTube or my Twitter. Don't even matter. But anyway, with that being said, I'll take you guys to get into the video. Yo, what's good, everybody, and welcome to another video. And as you guys can see, I have something extremely different for you guys. Now, today's video, I'm going to be comparing the animation and the graphic and the visualization differences between NBA 2K21, the current gen edition, versus the next gen edition, okay? Now, basically what's going on is that I specifically thought that this video could help some of you guys a little bit, depending on if you guys would rather not watch this whole video and stick around. Because I make this video just because I heard that there are so many animation differences as of now, and I literally wanted to make this video for my own good. So therefore, that's how the idea came up. That's how I literally came up with this idea, okay? Now, let's not forget that the current gen edition so far is literally not the worst version of 2K in history, but gameplay-wise, man, I'm telling you, I'm gonna explain this to you, like, literally a couple of times now. It's so identical to 2K20. Even the scoreboard is barely different. I literally cannot stand getting to the point that I am so sick and tired of just looking at the gameplay, just comparing it to 2K20, because I am so sick and tired of it as of now, okay? So therefore, I decided to skip out on that. But what I want to do is to completely compare this gameplay, as you guys can see right now. You have the Lakers versus the Clippers, and I'm going to compare the animations to 2K21 and next gen. So that's what we're going to do today. Anyways, as you guys can see here right now with the gameplay is literally repetitive, and ahead of time, it's literally the same gameplay as usual for the past couple of games and stuff. But as you guys can honestly tell, man, like, 2K21 on the current gen, I'm literally not really feeling it, okay? Because, let's be honest here, I think we can all agree, because this is literally has to be one of the most downgraded versions of 2K that I think I have ever seen. The most downgraded, that's right. I am biased. Let me know in the comments if I'm biased. I'll take it back, but I'm still going to say it regardless. This has to be the most downgraded version of any other 2K I've ever seen in my 15 years of playing 2K. I started playing 2K since 2K6 on the 360. I played almost every single game since 2K7 to 2K11, 2K12 to 2K19, and 2K20 and 2K21. Which I ended up giving up because I can't stand that game no more. So now you guys know my history of 2K, my 15 years or 14 and a half years, because I was still young. Whenever I first played 2K6 and so on, I literally got used, and I got used to it. But now, let's look at the next gen comparison. So, as you guys can see, this is the clips from the courtside report from 2K.com. I found these clips on the website, and this literally shows you the exact timing of a jump shot in next gen. For current gen, they barely do this. Like, how come your timing is altered in a different way, but it still looks exactly as identical towards 2K20? Like, I did not understand this. Like, look how perfect that jump shot was from Steph Curry. He timed it perfectly. Now look at this animation here. The jump shot itself is still altered, and it's just barely the same animations exactly from 2K20, copy and pasted on 2K21. Can you see how Steph Curry sets his shot before shooting it? Like, that's perfection animation right there on next gen. Now, this is something that of course, current gen could barely do. Set shots while timing it at the same time. That's exactly what's going on with this game. And that is exactly the only one negative purpose that I felt for 2K21 on the current generation, because when I play on the PS4, apparently when I was trying to get a quick game on, or you guys might have saw the video that I was trying to play on blacktop, of course, it has gotten worse. I could barely shoot. All I did was just rim run the entire time so I could get up by 1 or down by 1 point. But until like the second half of the game, it still won't work. So apparently I myself has to figure out some other way, except for that dunk right there. Okay, that dunk was somewhat realistic, somewhat. But I can tell dunks are going to be even realistic when it comes to the next gen, whenever that comes out. Okay, but I will say this though: the dunks are still the same, but they did get affected a little bit. You cannot lie. Until then, it's still going to be the exact same animation as they ported back in 2K20 and 2K19 and 2K18 and all that type of stuff. So it's mainly not that much of an extreme difference to begin with, because on 2K20 on the current gen edition, it's literally the same thing, but only barely stuff added is extremely different. Now look at here, the shot meter. See how the shot meter fully turns green whenever you get a green release, and the shot meter stays blue whenever you get a late release or early release. Maybe red we get early release. I'm sorry, but look at the gameplay. You cannot tell me how exactly timed that shot was. You can tell the two differences between the jump shots plus the time shot meter. Okay, the green is timed perfectly, while the late is timed somewhat late, but still there. Either way, it's gonna be either a hit or a miss. I don't know, but this is the next gen gameplay. Keep that in mind. Though it's under work in progress as of now, but we're a little less than a month of the PS5 and Xbox Series X to released. Okay, so therefore we can see for ourselves what the gameplay is exactly like once we get our hands on the game. Now, what I do want to get into is apparently the simple fact that they did, of course, have new off-ball defense controls and stuff like that. The DualSense will like trigger every move possible or something like that. I heard that earlier today because I literally noticed that playing with the controller, like controlling on defense, barely gets alter. Like when you step, as soon as you try to step on the floor and get some space in between that, you literally slide. You literally slide on the floor. Like it's literally a thing, which is definitely not a thing whatsoever. If these kids don't get off the court. Anyway, as you guys can see, apparently, when you slide on the floor, you can't do nothing. You can't just do nothing but just control it, okay? You can just do nothing but control it yourself in order to get you out of the animation, because sliding is literally more effective than ever. And other than any other control I have used, or I have at least seen in the current gen. But the next gen, they said, they promised with the new engine that they've been working for 3 years. They're going to use that engine to, of course, alter the sliding animation with actual footstep placement. So you can actually place your feet, your 2 feet. Look at this right here. See how LeBron stepped like that? He actually placed his 2 feet instead of just having to slide. Well, he did slide a little bit, but it's realistic though, okay? But still, you can actually plant your feet on the ground in perfect timing. That is exactly what the current gen is missing that the next gen has. Because when you want to plant your feet on the ground, it makes it more easier to get a hold of your time shot. So therefore, you time your shot either wisely or perfectly if you want to get a hold of that, because sliding isn't not really going to help out while you're shooting. So that's one major problem. See, look at this right here. Devin Booker, a prime example. He set his feet being placed on the ground before he took the shot. And as soon as he took it the last second, and one in. See, altercations between time jump shots and foot plantations. That is a major difference in the next gen edition, which I would like to see in action, in person, if we could get a chance to, if 2K could at least show us a little bit of gameplay than just the trailer that they dropped a little less than weeks ago. But yeah, here's another example. James Harden dribbling. Look at his feet placement. His nice shoes he got on are stepped on the floor, and they are being placed on the floor before he actually timed his own jump shot. See how easy that is, 2K? If you had that for the current gen, this wouldn't be a problem. This would never be a problem. This would have never been a problem. If you just alter this foot placement instead of just having players slide by like a drive-through for some reason, and call that a movement. Call that off-ball movement. Or on-ball movement. However you guys consider it. But still, that is not the case. Look at the feet placement. Look closely into it. You can tell James Harden thought about placing his feet and then times jump shot. Okay? Even peep the new court. Look at this court. You can even play in New York, I believe. Look at this court, bro. The blacktop, yes, by the way, this is the brand new blacktop court they showed to us by surprise without even telling, without having to know. But I found this myself, luckily. So therefore, this is a new court that they still happen to offer on the next gen, which I can hopefully see once I hop into that blacktop mode. With the new court design. Look at the court design. That looks nice. The city looks also nice. Even though it's nighttime. That's better than how I expected. Current gen has the exact same blacktop for like what? The past 6 years? 4 years? 2K17 blacktop. They never change anything when it comes to complete visualized designs. That is a huge major flaw, 2K. The current gen edition needs to fix that ASAP, or else they're going to be tarnished for good. They're literally going to be tarnished for good. Either way, that's all the proof I can show you. That's proof that you guys need to know right now that the current gen is not going to compare itself to the next gen. On 2K21, when the next gen version officially drops, if you get your hands on it, I promise you, you will find the exact difference. I hope 2K keeps their word. And all these things are from Mike Wing himself. All this information is from Mike Wing himself. So, 2K, I better see something before the end of the year. I'll be mad. I'll get extremely tight if I don't see any differences on the next gen version. Anyway, I'm out.